Hey, it's a scorching day at the supper club, and we dug into this old Weird-Ohs Hawk Davey, the Way Out Cyclist. Oh, look how cool that is. So funny. I grew up on these things. I loved them. Oh, you ready to dig into this kit? Oh, I sure am. Man, the workday's over and it's time to escape. Man, that was a long day at work. Let's go into the corner of the garage. I cleaned out a space where we can escape to our childhood, to creativity, to the wildness of model making. This was the time and the place. And look at that price tag. You can't even barely buy anything for $1 anymore. We're in the garage and we're rocking it tonight. I got this camera in the way. Usually I don't do things on film. Ah, it's wet. It's glued way down in there. Oh, serious, there they are. Oh my, I want some pumpkin pie. Oh, look at this. So, let's take a look at this. Hawk Weird-Ohs caricatures. I'm telling you, with these, this is from the early 60s, that logo. I just posted some model cars from an auction I went to that had these Hawk, but they were airplanes. This is model number 531, number 100. And these characters are hilarious. Full sculptured features, crazy wild hands and feet, revolting wacky wheels. Mills like detail, man. Nice. Cool, colorful decals. Now, I do not remember any decals in this. Beautiful display base, swinging instruction, and great for the customizing bug. Oh, this is a vintage kit. Let's dig into this and see what we got in here. Now, this came out of a collection, out of a basement that this had been hauled around for years. Oh, here's all the pieces and parts. Let's just dump them out carefully and take a look at what we see. Oh, got some vintage instructions. The box is in pretty good condition. Got a little glue stains on it, glue piles, a little discoloration. Looks like at some point the inside got water damage. Oh, too bad, so sad. Or it looks like a chemical burn. Oh, whatever, but look at this. Here we go. The Weird-Ohs Davey Model Company. Hawk. This one's 1963. Look at that. Chicago, Illinois. Nice. Oh, I was so close as a kid. Oh, this. Look at these vintage directions. Way Outsville, number 308. Dear Cat. Oh. So, like, what's new by you? I've been building the whole series of these wacky weirdo kits, and that nutty Hawk Model Company puts out. Just finished Davey. Oh man, does he remind me of a guy I know. Davey even has hair like Freddie Fink. Davey looks as though he's ready for the hill climb, and heck with sportsmanship. Davey hasn't had much of a nose. Oh, they're going on his features here. One day, He sputtered around the corner too fast, dropped his foot to the ground to stabilize himself, and hooked it on the fire hydrant. Ground his nose clear down to cheekbones. Oh yeah, has also lost his lower front teeth at the same time. The accident didn't cause Davey to give up his bikes though. He traded his heap of hot tubbing into one of those light English bikes that he went on his way. He bought a black leather jacket and a cap. Through one of the catalogs, he says girls dig the outfit. Big deal. Say, dear cat, part with some of your loot and buy a kit. Like dig? Your raunchy buddy at Big Sloth. Oh, look at this. The Digger. What a car, driver, model kit. Dedicated demon, this Digger who likes nothing better than scooting about, uprooting flowers, foundations, and drilling holes in woods to thoughtfully make homes for termites. $1. Daddy, the suburbanite. Oh, $1. Look at this. This is Jim Dandy. Ready for an emergency in his fully geared car with coffin body, a jaunty angle to his hat, and a cigarette complete with holder. Ready to stun cunning commuter to haunt houses, scare children, and burn bridges at a moment's notice. He's such a comfort. Oh, we have other weirdos. Get them today. Cheap. Only $1. Ah, I wish they were only $1 now. Oh, all this stuff you couldn't say now, but you could back in the day. Look out, here he comes, Davey. Spud, customize. Oh, like too much. Customize upside down. Maroon. Oh, look at this, I'm telling you, so cool. Oh, and this is the instructions. Just, that's it. Oh boy. Tells you how to glue everything together. And here's all the pieces and parts. Oh, my friend already started painting this one. Got a little glue on them. Oh, and the bike. That is nice. Look at that. Now, I was going through this earlier, and I think here's his pants, his legs, his arms. What do you say? We break out some glue. Now there's all sorts of glue. Now this this has been sitting a while. Now this is the glue that is non-toxic. This is the glue that is cement for plastic models. So I've got 3 tubes of that. Some dried out. Sometimes I use super glue. Sometimes this Plastruct styrene. So it's a liquid, and I don't have much, but it binds it together. Or this for clear parts, cement and window makeup. So you can make windows with this stuff. Oh, I'm hoping one of these glues is working today, and we'll glue something together. What do you say? The directions are just showing kind of quick and easy. Glue the wheel halves together, parts 3, and place them on the axle pins of the side of 2. Now, unfortunately, he glued these things together already, and I don't know if we're going to be able to get that apart. Second of all, I don't see any wheels whatsoever. Oh boy. I see some of his feet. Now let's see. Oh, that's not a good sign. Do you see that? You got a stalagmite of glue on there. Oh, that baby is on there solid. This one is kaput. This one is done. This one got a little squeeze in it. Let's see if we got any glue coming out of there. Now you squeeze it real slow till something appears, a little bubble. See that little bubble? This might be too dry, kids. Let's see if we can glue some pieces together. Now you just want to... this glue is glued gone. See that? It's not even moving. This is done. There's two out of the way. Oh, let's try this non-toxic. Let's see what it does for us here. Oh, there's the seat. Let's glue his legs together. Look at this, 1963. Is that cool or what? Model company, 1963. Now, when you put glue on, you just want to put a very, very light coat. You don't want to be globbing all the glue all around and everything, because what happens is you will have so much glue everywhere, you won't know what to do. So I just carefully dab it along the edge. Now, with some of this stuff, some of the molds would be a little bit off because they did so many, or they're a little rude and crude. Always put paper down. I put some paper down here. Now, with this, you just carefully line up the holes. Try not to get glue on your finger. And then you hold it tight till it glues. See that? Now, this non-toxic glue sometimes takes a little bit longer to glue together than others. Now, with these simple kits, you can actually glue the thing together first and then paint it. And that's what I like to do, because then you can fill any cracks or crevices with a putty and sand it smooth. Oh, this is a big one. Let's see what happens. Again, just a very light coat along the edges here. And then if I'm gonna customize a kit or a build, sometimes I'll just glue it all together first and then customize it. So you've got all the pieces together. Now, I don't know if I should have glued his teeth in first, but hey, we'll see. That's what careful fingers do. Now they all have these holes. See that hole there? And then on this side, they got a little peg. You see the peg there? And they always line up. Well, hopefully they always line up. And you want to just put them together, just ever so carefully. Now, line, oh, I'm off camera here. I'm trying to look at it and get it on camera. So you line it up the best you can, and then you just hold it tight. Now, some people will put rubber bands around. Oh, look, he used a gloss on one side and a flat on the other. Oh boy. Now, with this paint, there are things that you can do to take paint off of models and redo everything about them. Oh, there's something about gluing a model together, just totally cool. Oh, did you hear that? Clicked! I just had it a little bit off. I should have painted all that inside black, so when you look at the kit, you see black and not white. That's okay. Oh. And then this, I usually fit them first to see how they're gonna fit together. Now, if you look, this one's got a little gap. But that might be okay because you've got a shirt on here. So, let's put some glue. Oh, simple, not a ton, kids. Now, I'm not using any of my normal tools of glue and filing and stuff like that, just to make this kind of quick, and then glue it together. And look how quick that comes together. Just simple gluing together like that. And sometimes this takes a little minute or two, and you can be holding that together when you're looking for something else to glue together. Now follow the instructions. Now this one doesn't have all the pieces, so I can't really go by how it wants me to go. Sometimes I'm a little bit Revel like Davey here. I do my own thing. Silly Johnny. Oh, that one might not hold. If I remember correctly, this non-toxic glue takes a while to set. Oh, let me, fimbly fumbly fingers. There's all sorts of little pieces rolling around. You want to have a good surface to work on? I'm going to set him right here and let him dry. Hopefully, he'll be good just sitting there. Oh, there we go. Sound good? Sure does. We'll put a card out there so you know who's doing this. Oh, now we got sleeves, arms. And what I'm doing is just kind of checking these pieces and parts to see which goes where. Now we got this cool motorcycle. I've got one hand here. I've got 1 foot, a second half of a foot, third, and a fourth. Okay, we got all the feet. Only one hand, no wheels. Oh, that's too bad. We've got signage, and it could be like one of those, oh yeah, that's what they're called. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Like a little bag that goes on the back. You can put his little important whatever in his little bag and take it riding with him. So I'm gonna glue these arms together. Now with these arms, you can again put it together, and then you can file this or cut it or add things to put it in any position you want on the body. So let me get my non-toxic glue, kids, out here, and we'll glue this together, see how fumbly fingers goes. Oh, there is nothing like gluing stuff together on this. It's just amazing. Oh, totally cool. Let me get this other half on there and see what happens. Is this the right one? Yeah! Look at that! Oh, I'm gonna hold that and let it dry for a little bit. I'll be right back. Oh, we're back, but let me tell you, I'm gonna need some rubber bands. This glue is not drying. Let me go find some rubber bands. So here's some simple rubber bands, and I've noticed stealthily that this guy was not sealing. So you just put a rubber band around it, and that'll hold that together tight. Hopefully tight, and hopefully in the right configuration. Oh boy. Let me tell you, building a model is great patience and great reward when you're done. This worked pretty good. The top part didn't. I'm gonna just put a rubber band on that for a little bit and let him sit. You saw his legs stayed on, the arms stayed together here. Now see, if you look really close, there's just a ridge there. That could be all sanded down, filed down. You see it? It's just raised up a little bit. This side is really good, but the other one isn't. So let's try this arm and get it together. Gluing it. Now some models, when you get into some heavy, deep, higher level kits, it is gonna take you patience and a long time. Kind of where you put it down and let it sit for a little bit and then come back to it. Go off and do something. Sometimes I do it while watching TV or a movie. Now see this little piece up there? It's real thin. That's flashing. That's like where the mold, the hot plastic. I didn't get it in the pegs right. The hot plastic kind of squished out of the mold. Like a s'mores at a campfire. It squishes out of the graham cracker. Kind of like that. So you just file that down. It's no big deal. That flashing, see it? You just cut it off. It's real thin. File it down. Oh, look at that. Now this, again, you don't want just remember something. If you get glue on your fingers, rub it off right away. Because if you get glue on this, it will damage your surface of the plastic, and then you're gonna get a weird spot there. If you're building a cool car or something, oh man, you're gonna be sanding to get a nice glassy paint finish on that. Oh, now there the two arms painted together, or glued together. Got painting on my mind. Now here's shoes. Now, look at this. Come on. Those are some funny shoes. So we're just gonna glue this up just like the other one. I'm gonna hold it where the tab is, where it goes in. Hopefully I can get the glue around and not on my fingers. And you just wanna squeeze the tube ever so gently, just so a little bit comes out. And get it on the edge all the way around. Just a thin coat. You don't need to be globbing it on like toppings on an ice cream. That's another story. But this, just a little bit. Now these pieces and parts I should have probably cleaned off because they've been sitting. Got a little dust and dirt on them, but hey, come on, let's just build. Again, there's a little play in these. You want to line up those edges so there's the least amount of filing and sanding that you need to do, and that would be that much better. And squeeze it together. Some glues work faster than others, some that you gotta hold it for a little bit. It's great to build models with some friends, and then you can talk and figure out life together. Oh, just like we do here. Whew, baby. Now, the red glue does have a different odor than this. This one's a non-toxic. The other one is toxic. You gotta be real careful, and you wanna do that in a vented area, just like the painting part. If you're using some of those real stinky paints and stuff, oh, trust me, you do not wanna be in an enclosed room. You wanna vent that thing, vent it out, turn fans on, get it all away from you. You do not want to be breathing that stuff. Oh, I'm a little messy with the glue. It's been a while since I put a model together. Now the hand is all together, so I don't know. This is your right hand. You can tell by the thumb. And I'm missing the left hand, so that kind of stinks. So do you think we can get this on here? This is all you do. Now, I'm not quite sure what position this will be in, because you could rotate it all the way around where he's giving a high five, or is on the handlebar, and here's the other arm. Oh yeah. They have little pins. See them? But it's not corresponding to a hole, so this could go in kind of different directions. So this could be used in a different model. You could customize a car, cut off the roof, and have this guy popping out of the top, paint him up all fancy dancy. Oh, that could be cool. Let's get some glue on this and see what's gonna happen. Not too much, kiddos. Remember, just a little goes a long way. But you want to make sure you get a good, tight fit on there. Oh. I'm going to turn this. Now, I just noticed it looks like there's something on his body there where it looks like a heated rod of some sort touched his body and melted his coat. That looks pretty good, I think. Not too much sanding, putty to fill. And in these tight areas, you want to make sure those are not the areas you're sanding, because if you have to sand in a tight area like that, oh, it takes forever. This one looks pretty good here. And let's say you put it together and later on you want to put it to something else. Guess what? Little hacksaw, little tiny X-Acto saw. You cut that arm right off and put it right where you want it. Oh, it works perfect every time. Oh boy, I wish I had all the pieces to this. That's why sometimes when you're getting kits from other places, now, there's ways around it. There's people that have this kit. You can call the manufacturer to see if they're still doing it. Sometimes people will do a mold of it and actually do a little casting of a single piece. Oh. I'm trying to look at the picture to see what position his arms are in. And one is just kind of straight down. This one is just like straight down. And luckily it fell off, so I'm gonna put it kind of straight down, so as he's leaning forward, he's hanging onto the bike. Oh, that is good. Yeah, that should... Oh! And let me tell you, pieces fall off and they go sailing when you're building little tiny things and they fall off and they fall in your shag carpet 4 inches thick. Oh, you spend a week looking for it. Oh, you're down on your hands and knees. Remember that? Uh-oh. Yeah, that's working pretty good. Now again, like I said, unfortunately, we're missing parts with this. Oh, it's been a long time since I've been a glue slinger. That's okay. Here he is. Look how fast. I mean, it didn't take that long to put this together. Now, if we had one complete kit, and now you got the shoes, there's got to be a right and left. Oh, it's so funny, so funny. I'm telling you, this is the best. putting together a model kit, totally fun. Oh, look at that. So hilarious. Kiddos, if you get a chance to get a model kit now, when you're starting out, Trixie just built a couple models. They're screwed together by Revel, and I know Revel went out of business or sold or moving to Germany, something. But let me tell you, when you got these kits that kind of screw together, there's about 20 pieces. Good for this generation kid. Kind of short attention span. But oh, the satisfaction when they finish a kit. If you want some really cool kits, go to TomDaniels.com. He's got some great kits there. I don't know if he's got the great designs we all built as kids. If you want to walk down memory lane, that's the place to go. Oh, there it is. Little feet on. Hat, arms. Oh, that is nice. And we got one hand right here. Oh, maybe I'll find someone that is actually casting hands and has the hand and we could cast it. The wheels and tires might be a little rough to cast because detail, you never know. But see now, if you had the bike all together and the handlebars and everything, then you place this hand exactly where it needs to be. Now this hand has flashing on it too, so that's not good. Again, little file. Once this dries, we'll come back to this. Show you some things we can do with it. I do not see his teeth. Oh wait, I do. Here's his teeth. Already yellowed. Oh boy. That fits in there somehow. We might need to get the tweezers because Fat Fingers here will not be able to get his fat fingers in Davey's mouth. But you see how quick that went together? Now, I'm not painting it yet or anything like that, but just kind of gluing it together with the pieces I've got from this kit from 1963. Oh, totally cool. I'm digging it. Oh, that rocks! Oh, as that one dries, I found the seat. Look at this big honking seat. And it's got a couple pegs that slide down and some... Oh, let's get it on camera so you can see it. Those pegs fit on there. I always dry fit these things first and then glue, just so you know what you're getting into, you know? So, I'm gonna put the glue on this part. Oh, here we go. Glue here on that tab, and then these little tabs that stick out, a little glue on those. Again, you don't need a ton. This glue is good to go. And always put your cap on the glue so it doesn't spill out all over everything. Okay, see the hole? See the tab? It goes in the hole and then it'll all lock into place. Look at that. See that? And then you just kind of hold it. Now that's a really long peg and hole. So that'll stay for a long time. Now here is for the handlebars, and I found the handlebars. Totally fun and rocking. Oh, now this thing was glued together a gabillion years ago. I don't know what kind of glue we used. Again, here's a hole. Here's a peg. And I put a dab of glue on it. Handlebars go back. There's many times where you put it in the wrong orientation. Oh, look at that. I love these cartoony type of things. Look how big those handlebars are compared to this bike. Oh, that cracks me up. So, when you get a kit like this, what do you do? So, as I'm building it, thinking I'm missing this piece and that piece, I'm missing the wheels. So, could you fake wheels with cotton like they're burning rubber? And you don't even see the wheels and it's just kind of smoke coming out? Maybe we could do that on the front and the back. That could be interesting. Okay. Well, let's sit there. Come on, come on. Maybe. Okay. Got our teeth here. That is not standing up to save me for anything. So you try and get something so it'll stay glued. Now, because I'm kind of doing this, oh, look at this. I was supposed to glue the teeth in first before I glued the body together. Sometimes it's a hit, sometimes it's not. So I'm gonna have to glue those in somehow, some way. Now he's got a big exhaust and a saddlebag, that's what it's called. So I gotta get those on, glue those hands on last. That was probably silly of me to put those on. Because if you look, here's his seat, here's his arms, here's the handlebar. Oh, it might work. Might work. I don't have that other hand though. You might have to be standing up. But if you got some imagination, you make it work no matter what. Yeah, that's nice. Now I'm looking at this motorcycle and we got some extra little parts. Here's the exhaust pipe, I'm balancing it, but then I've got like a piston that's busting out of somewhere. Like it's blowing a piston out of the side, which is kind of funny and cool. I got 2 saddlebags, so that's good. I'll put those on each side. Oh, what else do we got? Those kind of go over this. Let's see. I got this piece. I have no idea. Big square piece. Oh, and here's the smoke coming out that goes on the base. And here's the base. Kind of nice, kind of flat. Usually the base has some writing on it, but not this time. That's okay. Here's the slot. See that? Slot. And here's the slot, so that goes in there. Oh. Okay. Now, unfortunately, this got glued together, whack-a-lack-a-jack-attack. Look at that. Now, sometimes there's ways that you can carefully pull these apart, but I don't think this one's gonna work. Okay, trick. One of the tricks is you soak it in water and put it in the freezer. And as the water freezes, it will pop these pieces apart. I'm gonna see if I can carefully get this apart. I'm gonna do it off camera. See if we can get that together. Let's see if it works. In the meantime, we got teeth, cycle, person. Oh, all in front of the supper club. Oh, look at this. Some careful prying. Now, if a peg breaks off, no big deal. But you can get it back together where it should be. Now, if it is too much, then I use a file to get that down. So let me get some tools and I'll file that down and be right back. We're back. I'm gonna put these directions down here so I can look at them as we're going along. Now again, when you got small pieces and parts, you gotta keep track of them. Make sure there's nothing underneath them. And then you can get all the pieces in. It's not like the typical weekend warrior project where, you put together all this big thing and you got 1,000 pieces left over. Going, where did those go? Now again, kids, real simple on the glue. We focus, maybe. Here we go. I'm just gonna put some glue, real thin amount of glue on this. I just scraped it a little bit to make it kind of smooth as possible. Glue that together, put the cap on. Eventually, when you're building a model, you will know exactly where to hold it, how to hold it, where's the safe place to hold it, where's the not safe place to hold it, because you are continually working back and forth. Oh, now that one is not quite right. Might need a rubber band or something on this one. If you start to get mad at your model, walk away. Just walk away. Come back to it when you got a fresh head. Go get a glass of water or something, drink your water, and you'll be good, you'll be good. Okay, there's our muffler kind of fixed. But you see this burn hole on it? It's like something hot and melted was just touching this thing. It just got these singe marks all over this kit. So that's not too bad. It's not too good, but not too bad. We got some vintage 1963 glue on that thing. That's okay. Oh boy. Now you gotta read all the directions. I'm a professional. I ain't no professional. I'm a typical guy, man. Just make it up as you go. I don't need no directions. I'll just do it. Now I'm looking at pictures. Good at looking pictures. And you've got this cycle coming in. And the exhaust. This is the end of the exhaust, so this part goes on here somewhere and attaches into the bike. Oh, it looks like it's busted off at one point. So if you could line up the pieces exactly, that would be good. If not, file them down and start over. Which I'm gonna file them down and start flat. So we got 2 flat surfaces. I'll be right back. So I got this old file, look at this, flat on one side, so I just want to carefully file that edge so it's flat. This is a really fine file. You don't want a big heavy one, just to get a flat edge on that. See that? Now it's flat. That's pretty good. Now this too, same thing. See how rough that edge is? Kind of all wicky-wacky. Oh yeah. So again, just simple filing. And you will get this baby flat, and you'll have 2 flat surfaces to glue together. Yeah, now some tools you need are sometimes really sharp, so you're gonna have to ask your parents' permission if you're a younger kid. Have them teach you and train you on how to use these things. Come on, focus there. Uh-oh. There we go, see? That'll be a better fit. Now the thing is, we gotta see where this fits on this bike. I got a peg here. See it? Eventually you'll see it in about a month or 2 when this camera focuses. And I got it. Oh, there's the hole in the fender. So I'm gonna glue that there. And then once this is glued in position, I'll attach the pipe. Hopefully the pipe will fit. Again, always try and dry fit. So I'm gonna put this here. Oh, is that gonna fit? I can hold it there. And this goes into this exhaust right here. So we've got plenty of room here to glue those two pieces in. Okay, so that's what we're gonna do. Sometimes building models gets a little tricky. Now this hole is a little small, so I am gonna do not use these X-Acto knives, kids, without your parents' permission. I just drill it out just a little bit. It'll be tapered inward, but it'll get my peg started in there and hold it into place. And again, careful, careful, kiddos. Okay, little dab will do ya. Yeah, baby. Oh, there you go. Put your cap back on. And then put your peg into the hole. Do it. Hopefully. I'm gonna have to hold it there. Now this is where you gotta get tricky with this cap. You gotta get the cap off when you're holding everything together when it's drying. Put a little dab in there. And a little dab on the end of this muffler. Oh. Now this muffler piece broke off, this pipe, this initial pipe. Put the cap back on and put it down. Now here's where big fat daddy fingers sometimes is not helpful. So you gotta line this pipe up here with no peg. Now some of you pro model builders, you will make a little peg yourself for it. Uh-oh, got glue on my fingers. Glue on my fingers! Okay. The glue doesn't dry instantly, so we got a little time on this to kind of adjust it around to make it to where we need it to be. And that's good. Okay, I think there's it. And sometimes dramatic, you want it out a little bit further than you normally. Oh yeah, see how it sticks away from the bike there? And then shoots back. Kind of fun. And again, once this dries hard and solid, then you can putty it or sand it. Little filler. Sometimes I use a little toothpick to put in some putty in there to make it fill it, and then you sand. And if you start puttying, let me tell you, you're sanding for days if you're a perfectionist. And if you have a chance to go to a model club, do it. They are so cool. They are so cool. Just amazing at what these guys are doing. So the bike looks like it needs a license plate on the back, and I wonder if that's that big flat thing. Is this the license plate? Oh, it's too big for a license plate. Oh, I touched it. Again, kids, this you gotta be careful with. Came apart, put it back together. Lining up 6 things at once. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not. I'm gonna try and get that sticking out again. Oh, there it goes. Okay, more glue. Might be a mistake, but I'm gonna put a little more dab on there. Ooh, ooh. Oh, not even in camera. Sorry, a little on there. Oh, oh, oh. This is gonna be a rat rod if I've ever seen one with all this glue on it. Oh, crazy stuff. So the peg goes in there, and this goes there. Now, I think the red tube glue dries a little bit faster. Now there is a bad welding job. You can see by the overflow of glue on that. But I think we're good. I'm gonna hold it just like this. I'm not gonna move it around. And we're gonna let that dry. Okay, I'll be back. So, as this motorcycle is drying, that side pipe is drying, I got it hinged up on that saddlebag. We can work on our figure. Now, I found some tweezers. They're locking tweezers, which is nice. There's a little tab in there. See it? And it locks it into place and it can hold it. I'm not going to lock it because maybe I am going to lock it. Okay, now, big fat fumbly fingers will get some assistance. I'm going to put some glue right along the top edge of these teeth because I should have glued them in first. Put the cap back on the glue and then just stick them up where they're supposed to be. Make sure they're centered. Oh yeah, now you can take putty and work out those lips. If you want to put a nose on there, you can put a nose back on there. But you want to hold these into place so that that glue will dry and they won't fall out. You'll be needing dentures. Now some people will take and scribe out those teeth so there's gaps in between them. Man, you can detail these things up like there's no tomorrow. I had them good, I had them good. Again. Oh, did you see that? Flippy floppy flip-de-doo. Okay. Now with these gripping tweezers here. Oh no. See kids, even though it's challenging, it still can be fun. Okay, let's try this. Okay. Oh. Again, just be real careful. This is, sometimes it's a disaster and it's time to walk away, but I just gotta get this glued in. I'm pressing too hard. Don't press too hard. I got this camera in the way. Usually I don't do things on film. Ah! It's wet! Ah! It's glued way down in there. Oh, serious. There they are. Oh my, I want some pumpkin pie. Oh, this is just not working right now, kiddos. Okay, just hold steady. Come on, Davey. Work with me. Work with me. Oh, it's not working. It's not working. Oh, come on. Come on. It's got glue on it and it's glued down somewhere in there. I'll be back. I cannot figure that one out. I'm telling you, those teeth are gone. They are not in there. Remember the bottom, this was a solid piece. I cannot see any teeth in there. This is the mystery of model building. When a piece just totally disappears. I am scraping around all in there looking to loosen up that piece. It's gone. I'm looking all over the desk to see if it hits somewhere on the desk. Oh, do you guys see it? I certainly don't. Oh, and there's cars that I'm gonna be shooting. I check my clothes, I check my hair, I check the floor. Oh, this is a mystery. Oh, I'm gonna keep looking. This is nuts. This is nuts. Oh, so I had to pull it apart, and the teeth were glued to the bottom. I got them. Ah. Oh, I knew they were somewhere. Now I gotta re-glue this back together. Oh, thank God for this non-toxic glue that doesn't glue that well. Oh. So, let's start over again. Let's put some glue on here. Oh, a little bit, little dab will do ya. Oh boy. Kids, patience, I'm telling you, patience. You can laugh or cry, it's better to laugh. Let me tell you, it's better to laugh. Oh, here we go, gluing it together again. Gluing the base on. I'm telling you, I'm the glue bomb boy right now. There's glue everywhere. Oh, we're gonna have to file that down and try and save this build. Oh, and see, those legs were coming apart a little bit. We can fill those with putty. Oh. Yeah. Model building is... This is like the old Ray Rayner show. Do you remember that? Oh, those people that grew up in Chicago. You know exactly his craft projects. Oh boy. Let me tell you, that was a trip to be had. He would have those craft projects that Chauncey made, putting the cap back on the glue, putting a little glue on this, and I'm gonna just try and hold it in there. Oh, maybe it is. Maybe this guy doesn't like teeth. Davey doesn't like teeth. I had a friend that didn't like teeth. Oh, miss them. Okay, here we go. Now I'm gonna just try and hold it there gently. And this is where your patience comes in. Just holding it. Oh, this might take a year or two, so I'm gonna cut out and we'll come back. I'm glad I found the teeth. Oh, if you're missing your teeth, go look for them. They're somewhere. Now I'm gonna hold it upside down so gravity will kind of keep it in place. But kids, good reason to follow the directions. Oh, so you're not kind of doing backwards like good old Johnny Roman here. Oh boy. That is crazy nuts. But I think we got the teeth in there. We're gonna let it dry and we're gonna come back another time. Okay, we're back. So I just wanna show you, I'm using the box to kind of prop them up so that glue can dry. Now I'm noticing his feet are not attaching to the torso so well. I'm gonna have to hold that. I've got the bike and the side pipe drying there. Again, you just gotta kind of be creative on getting in these drying posts in here. Like I said, you got some tools, some glues, rubber band. We got a couple more parts to glue in and then figure out, are we gonna paint it? Are we gonna sand it? Oh, any way you look at it, I'm telling you, these kits are fun. Now the cool thing about it, I've got a brand new kit, sealed, re-release, because you can see it's got a UPC on it. Still has some of the same copy, but very nice. We know it's complete. Now this one has all sorts of the other models in this series. So much fun. There's football and basketball figures. I love these, the wacky races. Oh, I gotta find this one. So funny. It's Louis something or other. Oh, the Hag Hut. I got that one. I got that one. Oh, I think I got that one. I got 3 of those. I got that. Oh, that. Yep, and we're building Davey. Oh, and that's the sign we got going. So we got this all ready to build in case this one doesn't turn out. Maybe we could give him a claw hand for that missing hand or something. Figure out some bionicle $1 billion man thing. Oh, like I said, we just got a couple saddlebags. I think this piston is from a different model, and then this is the sign, and that's where your decal came from, and that fits in the base. Yeah, it says too much. Oh, this kit was almost too much. So we're gonna let this guy dry upside down. Got some legs going together good. So we'll come back. We'll do another video, but I'll make this one try and post it today so you guys can see it. There's cars that we're gonna be posting soon, but man, I just had an itching after an auction last night, a model car auction. So I got some new kits, and I thought I'm gonna build this one. I had this vintage one by Hawk, and I found some other Hawk models. I just thought I'd dig into it. I knew there were missing pieces, but we can work around that. Be creative with the pieces and parts you got, and let's see what happens. Oh, can't wait till we can continue on this one. I know you're a toy car case guy out there. It is 3:16 on Old Johnny Clark. Let's see what pulled into our parking lot. Hit that subscribe button and you won't miss out. Don't you wish you had that? This is the place to be.